Hello and welcome to WED, the Wellness in Environment Day. And today we will talk about the SDG Summit, which will happen this month of September. So before we do that, we will pray first the prayers for peace that we are praying every time we're doing the WED, the Wellness in Environment Day. So let's say to one another, the interfaith, interracial, and intercultural and intergenerational prayers for peace. Tell anybody that you know and people that you don't know. Tell them, God bless your day. Whatever your mood may be, may the angels guide you and protect you from harm. If you are traveling, may you find a road and arrive at your destination safely. If trouble comes along the way, may it turn into blessings favorable to all. May you meet new friends and may the old ones stay. May the love of our divine Creator fill your emptiness and may you fill it in the vastness of the universe. If you get so tired today, may you find time to look up the sky, feel the air, recharge and rejuvenate. And in all the things you did today, may your faith increase. May you be inspired by the diversity of people's personalities and be grateful that you're granted the chance to lead them. And at the end of the day, tonight, as you rest, may you be thankful for all the blessings that this day had and pray to forgive those who offended you. Amen. We say this prayer for peace every 12 o'clock noon onwards, wherever we are and whatever is our time zone. It's our way of sharing our peace within to others for nation building. And of course, this is part of the Peace Vigil for the month of September onwards. And we've been doing the Peace Vigil for the World Peace Day, which will happen on September 21, and it will coincide with the SDG Summit, or the Sustainable Development Goals Summit, at the United Nations headquarters in New York. So I will tell you that we have a newsletter. Okay, the SDG Summit newsletter seeks to share the information with interested stakeholders and the public on the preparations for the forthcoming SDG Summit to be convened at the United Nations headquarters in New York in September 2023. So during the summit, heads of state and government will follow up and review the implementation of the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda and the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So the newsletter will focus on the latest news and updates about the summit and its preparations. This will include updates and highlights from the on the ongoing preparations for the SDG Summit, also the report, the Secretary General's SDG Progress Report, and the high-level political forum in July 2023 as a pre-summit. This was previously done. So the newsletter will also follow the intergovernmental political process, preparing the summit's political declaration, as well as share the information about other relevant preparatory meetings and events. So if you want to receive news and updates on the sustainable development goals, then you can sign up for free, get involved, and be part of the mailing list. Okay, I will put in the link at the comment section of this video so that you can register it for free and you can receive the newsletter for free in your email. Okay. So newsletter, we have August, okay, since February 2023, okay. And then, what is this SDG Summit? People are asking me on what is this, okay? So I will just give you some brief information. for those who don't know what is the SDG, okay? The convention will be on September 18 to 19, 2023 at the UN General Assembly during the United Nations General Assembly High-Level Week. Heads of state and government will gather at the UN headquarters in New York, okay? They will carry out a comprehensive review of the state of the SDGs and respond to the impact of multiple and interlooking crises facing the world and provide high-level political guidance on transformative and accelerated actions leading up to the target year of 2030 for achieving the SDGs. It will bring together the political and thought leaders from government, international organizations, the private sector, civil society, women and youth, and other stakeholders in a series of high-level meetings with the heads of state and the government, okay? The midpoint of the implementation of the 2030 agenda of the SDG, okay, this marks the year, our year, 2023. So the high-level political forum on sustainable development in July, that was done last July 22 under the auspices of the Economic and Social Council, called for the summit to mark the beginning of a new phase of accelerated progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay? So you can read the newsletter for more updates and news about this, okay? The topics there are tax cooperation, domestic public resources, domestic and international private business and finance, international development cooperation, debt and debt sustainability, science, technology, innovation, and capacity building. Okay? And then, okay. So the high-level dialogue on financing for development will happen on September 20. Okay, the registration is already closed. I think I've mentioned this in the first video of my announcement on the SDG. You can take a look about the details of that in the video posted at the Peace Innovation FCAT, okay, page. Okay. And then the ministerial meeting on the Summit of the Future will happen on September 22. Okay, prior to that, September 21 is the United Nations International Day of Peace, wherein we will have a global prayer and also a minute of silence to worldwide to observe peace and to call for the end of war. Okay, and then so many things that will happen. Okay. If you want to know more about the Sustainable Development Goal, on how it can amplify your advocacy and also how you can connect your programs if as a private organization, okay, if you are a company, private company, you can also allot a time to train your employees and staff on what is the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, what are the 17 SDGs? And then so that you can identify the strength of your company by linking it to the SDG, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. Okay, so I do training and seminars for that. You can just message me directly or call my WhatsApp number for the schedule. Okay, so if you are, I think a lot of people are not aware of what is SDGs, so I will give you some of the details of what is the SDG. Okay, what is the Sustainable Development Goal that we are talking about? This is the target, the main target of the United Nations. Okay, so I support primarily the goal number 3, which is the good health and well-being, and also the climate change and the women empowerment. But there are a lot of SDGs. These are all 17. Okay, so I'll tell you what are this. Okay, we have number 1 is the no poverty. So if your company is producing food actually, or your company is very sensitive and also provides good employment that uplift the lives of people, then you are working for no poverty. And then we have, it's number 1, SDG number 1. SDG number 2 is zero hunger. So if you're working for, if your company is in food manufacturing, you can connect it to the number 2, zero hunger, SDG. Number 3 is good health and well-being. Okay, if you are into health and wellness. Number 4 is quality education. SDG number 4, quality education. SDG number 5 is gender equality. SDG number 6, okay, there is a link that I will provide at the comment section of this video so that you can learn more on what is the SDG that you want to focus on. So goal number 6 is to, SDG number 6 is to ensure access to water and sanitation for all, or the clean water and sanitation. Okay, then SDG number 7 is affordable and clean energy. SDG number 8 is decent work and economic growth. SDG number 9 is infrastructure, innovation, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. SDG number 10 is reduce inequalities. SDG number 11 is sustainable cities and communities. SDG number 12 is responsible consumption and production. SDG number 13 is climate action. SDG number 14 is life below water. SDG number 15 is life on land. SDG number 16 is peace, justice, and strong institution. And then SDG number 17 is partnership for the goal. So it is, there are a lot of these SDGs that you can connect your advocacies, not only as an organization or as an NGO, but as a private company. If you own a company, or if you are an entrepreneur, or if you are also a manager, or also a director or a department head, then you can take the initiative to schedule a training for your employees to understand what is the sustainable development goal, so that you can link your company and your services and product that is already existing to the international community by achieving the sustainable development goals. Because as I've mentioned, in any of those 17 SDGs, there is one of that is linked directly or is targeting directly your market. And it helps a lot that you work side by side with the international community by putting in the SDG campaign also in your organization and in your private company. So this is not only for public and not only for NGOs or government, but this Sustainable Development Goal program campaign goal of the United Nations is intended also for particularly for the CEOs, for the owners, of the private companies, okay? Because everyone, as I see it now, almost everybody is an advocate of something, and so be recognized, okay? Be part of this international community, okay? And then also for the month of September, I will just mention that we still have the remaining international days, okay? So as the remaining international days and weeks of the UN for the month of September are still okay. Today, actually September 8th, is the International Day of Literacy of UNESCO. And tomorrow is the International Day to protect the education from attack. And then on the 12th is the UN Day for South-South Cooperation. On the 15th of September is the International Day of Democracy. On the 16th is the International Day for the preservation of the ozone layer. On the 17th is the World Patient Safety Day of the World Health Organization. On the 18th is the International Equal Pay Day. On the 21st, of course, is the International Day of Peace. On the 23rd is the International Day of Sign Language. And then on the 26th is the International Day for the total elimination of nuclear weapons. 27th is the World Tourism Day. On the 28th is the World Maritime Day and also the International Day for Universal Access to Information. On the 29th is the International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. And on the 30th of September, the last day, is the International Translation Day. All right. So by October, we will have another Peace Vigil. So after this Peace Vigil, it started last June to September, focuses on the peace, okay, on the world peace. Now on the October going to March is the Peace Vigil focusing on women and men, the relationship of the sexes by gender equality or generation equality also. So from the focusing on the International Day of the Women in Rural Areas going to the Women's Month. And then after that will be the Peace Vigil for the Earth Month, for the climate change adaptation and climate change mitigation. So we divided the Peace Vigil into 3 phases, okay? So that's it. So thank you for listening and thank you for sharing this video. For those who are interested, again, please include your program to the SDG because it helps a lot that you are also part of the international community. More especially, of course, if you are part of the UN family. So I invite you to register. Everything is for free, and also you will get a lot of materials that you can include in your training and in your research. So the SDG training, and then include it in your team building, include it in your leadership training, include it in your programs. Part of the human resource development and personality development also. Okay, so thank you and see you again for another session of the WED, the Wellness in Environment Day.